What's good, YouTube, internet? Uh, I am here today to answer a viewer question. I am the Masked Man, if I did not say already, and I'm answering a question from the famous nameless YouTuber. I guess I'm gonna be Mr. Anonymous again today. So I'm answering a question from the famous YouTuber, and I will be reading the email verbatim. Please bear with me. It will only take me a couple of minutes. If you want to skip ahead to my response, just, fast forward a couple of minutes and I will probably be talking about it if you don't want to listen to me read the email. Okay, here I go. Hey, Mr. Maskman, back with another topic. And this is, does what you have determine who you are? Are you the same man if you drive a Benz versus if you ride the bus? Are you the same man if you live in a mansion versus if you rent an apartment? Do you feel like a different man if you wear a suit versus shorts and a tank top? Do you feel different if you're wearing Jordans or an unknown shoe brand? Who are you? Once you answer who you are, how much of it is determined by what you have or what you don't have? If you were doing your show from a New York studios or flying on a private jet, would the essence or direction of your show be the same? Sure. You have access to a lot more abilities, celebrity interviews, technology, all the perks, but would that alter the content you present, or would you change, or would it change you as a host? I ask this because have you ever seen a comedian that's really funny at a local level, then they reach stardom and it's like they become cheesy? Or maybe without specific examples, are you more comfortable being yourself without money? And does money mean you are less open to taking risks that might jeopardize your money? This topic is also relevant to school uniforms. I don't like school uniforms, but the principle behind it is students are judged on who they are and how they are, not by what they wear. So, a student with poor parents and fewer belongings has just as much ability to become popular as one with rich parents. Thanks, the nameless YouTuber. Thanks for the question, nameless YouTuber. You always leave me good questions, so I appreciate you. Are you what you have? I think that was the essence. Does what you have determine who you are? Are you what you have? No, I don't believe you are what you have, but I believe you are what you work to get. You are your work. You are what you do. That's what I believe. That you are what you do. Just like if you're a hoe, like for example, if you're a hoe, you're not a hoe because you're a woman, being or a man. Just being a woman or a man. Like some people say, all these bitches is hoes, and some women would be like, all these men cheat, all men are dogs. So basically, you're saying that they're a hoe just by virtue of them being a man or a woman. You're not a hoe just by being a man or a woman. You're a hoe by your actions. Your actions make you a hoe. The actions, the work you put in makes you a hoe. You're a hoe by all that dick you been sucking. You a hoe by all that pussy you got. That makes you a hoe. That turns you into one, because that you get it, and you get it a lot, and you've developed a reputation on doing that. So your question was kind of nuanced, so I'll go through it and I'll pick it apart piece by piece. Are you the same man if you drive a Benz versus ride a bus? I believe you are technically the same man, but the man with the Benz may have put in more work or more time at work at his career, put more effort into his career than the same man on the bus. It just may be a matter of time. The man on the bus may be on the bus because he's working towards his career and he hasn't broke through yet. Like he may be the comedian that blew up. He may be that comedian on the bus to go to his comedy show. He's sitting on the bus writing his jokes, going over it in his head, memorizing what he's going to say. And he's sitting on the bus because that's the only way he can get to the comedy club. And he's riding the bus to and from. He hasn't gotten his bins yet, but it's just a matter of time because he's putting the work in to get the workout, as I like to say. You put the work in to get the workout. So he putting the work in so he can get the benefit of working back out of what he's doing. So it's just a matter of time. If you're doing something that's reasonable, if you're doing something that makes sense, if you develop to a level where you have a talent for something, then it's only a matter of time before you pop. So what you have now does not determine who you are, because you may be in the middle of developing something that's going to get you more later. So I don't think it should define you, and I don't think that it actually defines you. But because of how we are in society and how we make people feel about not having much, a lot of people will internalize the things that they have and say that, well, this is just who I am. I'm just a broke person, so all I can do is act like I got something. So they'll spend all their money and they'll go over the line to look like they have something that they don't have. They'll overspend because their confidence is low. They have low self-esteem. So they'll overspend to have the appearance. They'll buy a Benz that they can't afford just so they'll appear to be successful because they feel unsuccessful in their heart. So they gotta have a prop to make them feel good, even though that prop is drowning them and they can't afford it and they haven't put in enough work to deserve that car. They still want that car because it represents something to them. Do you feel different if you're wearing Jordans versus an unknown shoe brand? Hold on. Do you feel different? Do you feel like a different man when you wear a suit? Yeah, you can feel it because suits are snazzy. The girl I like, Janelle Monáe, she like wearing suits. Suits make you feel good. Don't hate on the suits. Versus shorts and a tank top. I don't really wear shorts and I don't really wear tank tops, but I see what you mean. And do you feel different if you're wearing Jordans versus an unknown shoe brand? I've never worn a pair of Jordans in my life. I come from poverty, man. I don't know what Jordans are like. I never couldn't get my parents to buy them, and when I had money, I was too old to want them. Who are you? Once you answer the question, I am the masked man. I am the guy who's working on becoming the master communicator. Thank you, nameless YouTuber, for putting me on to that realization. Once you answer who you are, how much of that is determined by what you have and don't have. I don't think it really determines you. What defines a man is what he does, what he's done, and what he's willing to do. That's what defines a woman as well. Your actions and your consistency and your ethic, your discipline. Your discipline defines who you are and why you do the things that you do. That defines who you are, not what you have at the moment. If you were doing your show from a New York studios or flying a private jet, would the essence or direction of your show be the same? For me, I think if I was at that level, I think my show would have evolved quite a bit. I think I would be talking about a lot deeper things. I don't know that I want my future to be talk show host. I don't know that is the best use of my energies, of my effort, is to sit around with people having conversations that people may or may not listen to. It may be. because I'm structuring myself to be a communicator, but I don't know that I have it all figured out. So I don't know what I'm going to do in the future, but the direction of my show is going to be whatever I say it is. And if it ain't what I say, then I don't want it. I'm never going to make the move up if it ain't right. I'll stay down in poverty. I'll die in this motherfucker before I have another nigga who ain't even in my family putting me into some shit that I don't want to be in. I done had enough of that. I don't give a fuck who it is. I will walk your ass. I will walk out on your ass in a minute. And I want to be ready. I want to be so strong and so embedded in what I do that nobody can be the big break for me, that I broke myself. I did it for myself. You ain't do shit for me. So you don't tell me when to come. You don't tell me how to do it. You don't tell me nothing. I'm the boss of me. I'm the boss of me. So it's just my mentality. I'm already being told what to do. I'm not looking for another daddy. I already had one. So I don't need you running my life. So the direction of my show will be whatever I say it is, wherever it is, whoever's doing, whoever's sponsoring it. All you are is a sponsor. I'm the boss. If you don't like it, too goddamn bad. um Sure, you'd have access to more celebrity interviews, technology, all the perks, but would that alter the content you present, or would it change your? No, I think you evolve over time. I think you evolve. I think you grow. I think you progress, but I don't think you allow other people to change you. It would. I'm not gonna allow somebody to change me. There are moves that I may have to make just off the fact that I don't want to live in poverty for the rest of my life, but I'm very serious about doing something for my city of Shreveport, Louisiana. I'm very serious about doing something for my whole state of Louisiana. I want to put the whole state on. I want to put the whole state to work. And in the service of that goal, you know, you can, I may leave for a while and I may make some compromises, but I'm not going to let nobody I'm not going to let nobody tell me I got to move to Los Angeles or I got to move to New York. No, I'm not doing that. I'm unwilling. So you can just keep whatever you got, because if I can't do it from here, I don't want to do it. I mean, I will travel, but I'm not coming there to live, is what I'm saying. So it wouldn't change me as a host. I ask this because I've seen comedians at the local level that were really funny, but when they reach stardom, they become cheesy. Um, are you more comfortable being yourself without money? No, I didn't been without money for a long time. I didn't been without money for a long time. I need some money. I need enough money to get some reliable transportation and my own place to live. I need money. I'm not comfortable being myself without money. I'm very uncomfortable being myself without money, because when you don't have money, you're very close to being put on the street with the homeless. You're very close. You always got that threat of being on the street. I don't like that threat. So I need some money. Does money mean I think having more money, for me, for somebody who's lived in poverty, for me, somebody who is not going to abuse money, I'm not going to get a Rolls Royce when I get a check. The first thing I'm going to do when I get some money is I'm going to go to a financial advisor and see how much I got to pay the IRS, and I'm going to pay them. I'm not going to ask them to pay. I'm going to pay them a fee to tell me how much I got to pay the IRS, and I'm going to give them their check if it's enough money that they would come looking. And then I'm gonna go buy some shit that I want to buy, because I'm trying to get everybody off my back. I like money. So money would make me less. Money would make me less concerned about taking risk, because what's the risk? I got what I need. I got I got a couple of cars, and I got some people to fix them. I got a place to stay. I can get around. I can survive for a good long time. What you gonna do to me? What you gonna do to me? I know how to survive. So money would make me less concerned about taking risks. I take a whole lot more risks the more money I get. I ain't worried about jeopardizing future money. Once I got my needs taken care of, I'm gonna do what I do. As far as students with school uniforms, I've wore school uniforms and I've not worn them. Most kids can afford to have somewhat decent clothes. Most kids are not that poor that they can't wear nothing, and most kids rewear clothes. Um, so I don't think it's that big a deal, but I think, if I think school uniforms are fine. I think school uniforms are fine. I think your individuality should be in your personality, should be in how you speak and how you carry yourself. But kids wearing school uniforms just, reflects, business. It reflects going into a job, because a lot of jobs have uniforms that the employees have to wear. So it's all about what you're trying to turn kids into. Are you trying to turn them into employees, or are you trying to turn them into free-minded people? So I don't know. I don't think schools are great enough or do a good enough job of teaching the youth to really stand by any decision that they make. I don't really stay, because I don't know why they're making it. But I do think school uniform simplifies things and makes things easier on everybody. And you don't have to buy so many clothes for your children because they'll be embarrassed that they didn't have, they weren't wearing the right shit. I remember I wore this shirt that I saw comedian Arnez J wear on a Comic View, and I wore this shirt for a long time, and it had gotten faded. And I came up to class, and they clowned me for having this faded ass shirt on. And I didn't feel bad for whatever reason. When people actually shame me, it doesn't feel so bad. But they were clowning me. So I went home, took that shirt off, and never put it on again. I mean, they let me know what was up. I said, okay, this shirt really is faded. I didn't believe my people. I didn't believe my family when they were saying it, because I was so convinced it was cool. But if I was wearing a school uniform, that moment never would have happened. And that moment could have happened to a weaker person than me, somebody who would have actually been hurt by it, and they would have, went home crying or slit their wrists or something. So I think it's all fine. I think school uniforms is okay. But that is my answer to your question. Let me know what you think of my response. Leave it in the comments. Rate the video, like it, dislike it, be honest. Subscribe to my channel if you want to keep up with the videos that I'm producing. If you want to send me a topic, if you have a subject that you want me to cover, or there's a story in the media you want me to tackle, you can send me an email at TheMrMaskman at gmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter or find me on Facebook at TheMrMaskman. Now I'm going to try to do my voice. That is all I have to say about this subject. So I will see you in the next video.